Hello, hello. It's me, Dr. Tiff, and you are tuning in to Fix Your Relationships podcast. I'm so glad you're here today because I want to talk to you about something that is near and dear, honey. It's something that I push all the time. Not quite self-care, but it kind of is self-care because it's all about you, babes. It's about focusing on you, about how improving yourself, how focusing on you, how doing the self-work that you have been putting off can improve your relationships. I want to talk to you about that today, and I want you to hear me when I say the key to improving your romantic relationships is focusing on you. Hi, I'm Dr. Tiff, your relationship transformation coach. I've spent the past 20 years working with high-achieving women just like you who are crushing it in every area of their lives, everywhere except their relationships. And look, I get it. Finding the one ain't easy, and relationships are hard. But you know what's even harder? Cycling through the bad ones, or worse, staying in relationships when you already know they're not a good fit. You want a relationship of ease, uncomplicated, someone to love you down, but instead you've been suffering through bad dates, sexual incompatibility, and someone who might be good for somebody, but not for you. And if we're really being honest, you know that deep down, the work that really needs to be done starts and ends with you. If you're done wasting time in dead-end relationships and sick of looking for, chasing after, or trying to convince somebody to be the one, and you're ready to become the one, then baby, you're in the right place. So prop your feet and let's clink glasses because I'm giving you the tea and the tips to fix your relationships. Let's go. Before we get started today, I do want to ask you if you've joined the One Within 30-Day Reset. I'm super excited about this new iteration of the 30-day challenge that we have because we are doing something that we've never done before. You guys know that earlier in the year, I offered the 30-day journaling challenge where we have broadened the scope of the One Within, and now it is the One Within 30-Day Reset. You still get 30 delicious journal prompts unlocked each day. But you also are going to get video tutorials that go along with each prompt to help you through this process and give you insight, understanding, motivation to complete the task. You also get access to our private Facebook community, monthly group coaching calls, priority access to one-on-one coaching, weekly newsletter, surprise bonuses, and so much more. And guess what I'm doing? I'm offering VIP access to each of you, to everyone that signs up. Everybody is a VIP. So for the month of November, just click the link, just buy what you want to buy. But guess what? Everybody's getting 60 days, not 30, 60 days for the price of 30. You're also going to get an additional group coaching call. So 2 group coaching calls, 60 days of access, all of the goodies. And we're going to do this together. I'm going to shepherd you through this process to become the one, to learn how to effortlessly call in and attract the love that you desire and deserve while focusing on your own growth and transformation. If you found it difficult to manage relationships, to communicate in relationships, to keep relationships, if you've sworn off dating, or maybe you're even married and you feel single as hell, okay? This is the time. This is the time right now, sis, to focus on you. You've done enough all year long. It's the holiday season. You're going to be focusing on the children. You're going to be focused on making sure everybody's happy. This is a time where you focus on you so that 2026, at the top of the year, you are refreshed, you are renewed, you have great clarity and vision. You know where you need to go. You know what you need to do in your most important relationships. Go to drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin. That's DRTIFFANIE HENRY, drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin to get started. Woo! All right. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit, as I do each week. I want to talk to you about how self-work, the self-work that you need to be doing, focusing on you, right? How that can improve your relationships. You guys know, launched the One Within 30-Day Reset. We're right now in the midst of our Everybody's a VIP sale in November 2025. So if you haven't signed up for that program, go ahead and do so because it won't be this come December 1. You will get 30 days as a standard enrollee, and you will have to pay extra for VIP access. And VIP is where it's at. You get 60 days. You get to you get an extra group coaching call. You get more time to do the work. You get more time with me, and we can work through some of these things together. So I encourage you to sign up for that. Part of the reason why I want to do wanted to do the one within. It is the first step in the Become the One process. It is the first step in calling in that love that you know you deserve. It is about ownership. It is about taking ownership of all of the things that you have within your control in order to improve your relationships. Some of those things are going to be great. They're going to be easy breezy. They're going to be fun. They're going to be all love. And some of those things are really challenging and a hard pill to swallow. And so you need someone to help guide you through it. You need someone to support you through it. And that's what I want to do. So if you would, go ahead and join the program, because I would love to do that. Now, today, we're going to be talking about the self-work, the focus that you need to do in order to improve your relationships. And that focus, sweetie, is all about you. You can improve your relationships by focusing on you. And I want to share with you how. I have a few ways, okay? They're not in any order. I do have a number 6. We'll see how many of them I get to. You guys know the drill. I'm probably gonna leave here with 12, okay? But I ain't gonna hold you, okay? I ain't gonna hold you today. I'm gonna just let you know what I got to say, and then I'm gonna dip out because I gotta go do something. It's one of those days. All right, number 1, the first way focusing on you can improve your relationship. It helps you to identify patterns of behavior. Once you really start to hone in and focus on what your relationships look like, what they've looked like, what you've been doing, what you've not been doing, the results of what you have or haven't been doing, what you've been getting out of your relationships, what you've been putting into your relationships, you start to identify those patterns of behavior. You start to improve those patterns. You start to improve it. If you're noticing that you continue to pick the same type of person, we start to uncover why. What it is about that type of person that you miss, that breezes past you, that you sweep under the rug. What is it that isn't working? And what is it exactly that you are attracted to? We got to identify the patterns. And one way to identify those patterns, and I'm going back to the one within, is because I think journaling is a great way. I've talked to you before. I believe a journal is nothing more than an adult diary. And what we used to do, if you have a diary, God bless, right? If you have a diary or a journal, you're able to look back. And I don't know about you. I do know about you, but I'm going to tell you about me. If I look back at old writings of things, it is interesting. It's so interesting to me how I actually felt about something, how distance and time has helped me gain perspective. It's also very interesting to me when you start to uncover, wow, I've been doing this thing over and over again, or wow, I didn't realize there were so much similarities between this thing and that thing, or this person and that person. Identifying patterns of behavior is key to improving your relationship because it helps you to see what might need to change in those relationships, okay? All right, number 2 way that focusing on yourself can improve your relationship. It helps you to, and this is what we just talked about, better understand what's worked and what hasn't. Once you identify those patterns, did it work for you? Did it not work for you? What worked about it? What didn't work about it? If you can start to uncover the patterns and then uncover if it worked or not, or what hasn't worked, or your whys, what it was about that thing that worked for you, why you keep doing it. One of the best ways to know what we want out of relationship is to be in relationship. Because once you think about what it is you might want and you have that thing, you understand whether it is you really do want that thing or not. I know that was a tongue twister and a lot, but sometimes you think you want one thing, like I'm just throwing something random out. Oh, I want a guy who is 6 feet tall and rich, right? I mean, honey, right? But if that's all I'm asking God for, and he gives me the 6 feet tall, rich jerk, okay, philanderer, then right now 6 feet tall and rich ain't really good. That ain't hitting on much. I want somebody with integrity. I want someone who is faithful, who I can trust. Now I'm gonna ask God for that, okay? So understanding your patterns of behavior helps you also to understand what works for you and what doesn't work for you. It helps you understand what you like and what you don't like, what you need and what you don't need, okay? And doing the self-work, focusing on you, will help you to improve your relationships because you can focus on that. And then once you get into the next relationship, or you start dating again, or you're starting to pick partners, or looking at the one that's sleeping next to you, you start to say, this is why this is not working. Because I have called in or brought in something that I do not need, that I do not want, that does not serve me. You understand? All right. Number 3 way that focusing on you can improve your relationships. It helps you to evaluate missteps and take ownership of past mistakes. It helps you to evaluate your missteps and take ownership of past mistakes. The only constant in your relationships is you. So if you have patterns, if you keep picking a certain type of person, if you keep doing something over and over again, guess what? You are the common denominator, sis. And so you are the one that needs to change. And so looking back at those things, doing the self-work, really focusing on what you need to be doing helps you to identify what those patterns are, to understand better what you should be working on and what you shouldn't, what does work, what doesn't. But it also helps you to own it. That is the first. When I talk about becoming the one is an acronym, ONE, and the O stands for owning, honey. You own it. So this step is about owning it. Taking ownership. Yes, I do keep picking the wrong person. I do ignore red flags. I am sabotaging every relationship I've ever had. Okay. And that, friend, leads me to number 4, which is accountability. I got to hold myself accountable for doing that. I got to see it. I got to call myself out. I got to say, you know what? You right. I am doing this. Okay. And it isn't the trust issue didn't start with this person doing this thing. It started before I ever got in the relationship. Because if I look back, okay, simultaneously moving forward, I can see where this has come up in every relationship I've had. I have to own that. I have to hold myself accountable. And one of the beauties of the One Within Reset, 30-day reset, is that if you can't hold yourself accountable, guess who's going to do it? Me, your tribe. That Facebook community. Because if we start to see patterns, we have to call them out. We got to make you self-aware. Because if things aren't working out, but the same thing keeps happening, you are the constant, sis. We got to hold you accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable. I got to teach you how to do that. Come into the group so we can do that, okay? Okay. All right. I think we are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th way that focusing on yourself can improve your relationship. It allows you to track personal growth and set goals accordingly. It allows you to track your personal growth and set goals accordingly. One of the things that we're doing in the One Within 30-day reset is one of the prompts really does have to do with your own personal growth. There's a prompt in there about your self-worth, what you bring to the table. It is about setting goals for personal growth, seeing how much you've grown throughout the program. You'll get that assessment at the beginning, and you'll also get it towards the end, where you can start to really measure and see and identify, wow, I don't think the same way that I did when I started this process, or I've really grown in this area because now when I look back, I don't think or feel the same way that I did when I started this process. Okay, that is by design in this program, but it also sets you up to set better goals for yourself, to seek out the things that are going to be better for you in relationships. So when we start focusing on ourselves, we determine and we're accountable, all the things that we said before, and we own and are accountable for where we are. We're able to accurately measure our growth and transformation. And as we do that, we can set better goals for ourselves. We can reach higher heights. We can attain those better relationships. We can get that love that we deserve because we're not wasting time piddling around in things that don't serve us as we were before. Okay. And the last way that focusing on ourselves can improve our relationships, focusing on ourselves helps us to pinpoint origins of trust issues, pinpoint the origins of our emotional triggers, pinpoint the baggage, okay, that we're bringing in. So we can determine present impact. It helps us to pinpoint the origin of all of our stuff. Once we decide or determine where something is coming from, we start to better understand our why. We also can hold ourselves accountable and say, you know what? I'm treating this person as if they did something that the other person did. I got to stop that. I'm getting angry at this person for something that they didn't do, that I anticipate them doing, that they are not intending on doing. But because somebody else did it, I'm bringing that into the relationship. And that is not fair. I got to own that. I got to be accountable. Okay. I lack trust in my relationship, not because they've done something, but because every other person in my life has done this thing. And so because they say they love me and that person back then said they love me and did that thing, I just know at some point the shoe is going to drop and they going to do it too. But because I know me, because I've done this work, because I take ownership and accountability, because I've evaluated my missteps, because I've identified this pattern, I know this comes up for me. And one of the things you can do once you get through all of this, okay, once you get through all of this, you can start talking to your partner about your whys. You can talk to them about your shortcomings. You can talk to them about the things that you're working through and on. Listen, friend, husband, wife, partner, lover, I have a tendency when you say things like you're coming home at 8 and you're late, I have a tendency, my mind starts to wonder. And I know that, you were just late. I'm not blaming you for anything, but I will tell you that in my past relationships, when my partner told me that they were coming home at a specific time and then they didn't show up, what they really were doing was cheating on me. And I found that out later. And so when you tell me something that you're coming home at a specific time and you don't, mentally, I go back to that same place. That's something that I have to work on. I'm sharing that with you so that you understand where my mind goes. It is a process that I'm working through, but I will ask you, if you don't mind, to be very consistent with me about time, because it is something that does trigger me. It's something that I'm actively working through, but I need you to know that so that you can also hold me accountable and we can talk through my anxiety, my frustration, and my fear when this comes up again, if this comes up again. Okay? That's the language. That's all you got to do. Once you know what's going on, you're better able to address it. Okay? And you're better able to pinpoint it because you have the origin, you know where it's coming from, and you can talk to your partners about it. Working on yourself, focusing on these things, doing the self-work is going to help you improve your relationships. Y'all got it? Great. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, if you would like to work through these things, I'm happy to work through them with you. Just join us in the One Within 30-Day Reset. It is your opportunity to get some work done on you, do your little self-work, focus on you, focus on your growth, transform, do the things that are going to impact your romantic and personal relationships, even work relationships. It's going to impact your relationships for the better. So if you would, go ahead and consider joining. Read up on it at drtiffanyhenry.com/theonewithin, DrTiffanyHenry.com/theonewithin, and go on over there. I'm going to also put a link to that, of course, in the show notes, but I just want to let you know what the URL is so that you can go on over there, get in where you fit in. During this month of November, everybody's a VIP. So go ahead and sign up, because December 1, honey, you're not going to be a VIP unless you pay for it, honey. You know what this is like? This is like when you get on your flight and they upgrade you to first class. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing here. That you just, you didn't even have to do anything, honey. You were just a member. You were just a part of the community, the tribe. And we just said, girl, go ahead up there to first class. That's where you belong. So everybody is going to be first class. Everybody's a VIP right now. But come December 1, y'all going to be in Gym Pop unless you pay extra. You're going to be in steerage, okay? Unless you pay extra. All right, ladies, thank you so much for listening to Fix Your Relationships podcast. This has been another great episode. I'm Dr. Tiff, and I thank you so much for being here with me. I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you next week. Ciao. Hey, babe, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. My goal with this podcast is to bless you with information that helps you fix those relationships that are most important to you, but not before you do the self-work needed to make sure that those relationships thrive. If this episode was exactly what you needed, then guess what? Somebody else probably needs it too. So do me and them a favor. Please share this episode with your good girlfriend and let her know about the podcast. And while you're at it, hop on over to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. This really helps to grow the podcast and puts it right in front of other women who are desperate to work on their relationships and themselves. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to join our community of like-minded women all on a journey to become the one. You can sign up for free at becometheone.myflowdesk.com/email. I know that's a lot, so just go on over to the show notes and click that link there. Thanks again for listening to Fix Your Relationships with Dr. Tiff. I'll see you right back here next week.